Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk about the Juvia's Place foundation. I've been using it for a few weeks from when it came out, and I have some thoughts about that, but let's go through the ingredients and the application. So the first position we have water, then we have dimethicone. So yes, is a siliconic one, so it should be a pore blurring foundation. It lasts 24 months from the opening. It's made in Italy, is cruelty free and against animal testing. It's free from parabens, oil, and cyclopentasiloxane. So it claims to be full coverage. The colors in the website are a bit tricky to choose. I picked the number Cairo 600, and I think that this is a pretty good match. One thing that I want to tell you before proceeding with the application is that this foundation actually oxidizes more or less one tone darker than the one that you bought. So when you pick your shade, just be sure to match your neck, the rest of your face after the oxidation. I don't know, I bought it online on the Ulta website. I don't know if you go to Ulta if you can actually try it, but if you can, just try it to apply one little section starting from your cheek up to the neck, and just go around the shop a bit, and then just leave the chance to the foundation to be in contact with your skin and hair, and see how it turns out in the end. So I watched so many videos about that. I tried once, and I used only the blending sponge, the beauty blender. But honestly, it was sitting on top of my skin. The only thing that I use underneath is sunscreen and moisturizer, and I usually use it, and I usually apply it 30 minutes before the application of the foundation, because I want the actual products to sink into my skin and don't stay on top and interfere with the foundation. So I don't use any face primers, because I don't believe in face primers. I don't want to clog my pores with other silicones, because like most of the primers have silicones just to blur the face as much as possible. In the past I tried them and I didn't really see so much of a difference. And another thing is, like, if I don't have enough money to buy both, one foundation, if it's a good foundation, is gonna stay there, it's gonna perform really well by itself. So I think that this is the true test if a foundation works for my skin or not. Another thing, right before I start with the application, that today is gonna be before, like my favorite application, that is gonna be before with the Real Techniques by buffing brush. and then I'm gonna tap the excess with the beauty sponge. I want to say that my skin is a combination skin. It's slightly oily, but not too much. So usually I don't use any powder, other than of course like the usual ones that I use every day, like bronzer and highlighter. But today, for the purpose of the video, I'm gonna set the foundation, especially because I know I already use it, and I saw that it's not transfer. So whenever you touch your face, you are gonna see foundation coming off. Doesn't necessarily means that it's gonna leave some empty spots on your face, but it transfers. So let's get into the application. So for the application, what I love to do is usually, so let's try to shake it a bit before, so we can mix the pigments with the liquid part of the foundation. Then what I like to do is to take some and dab it. A little bit goes a long way, so let's start with a little bit and see how it works. With the sponge, it wasn't more medium coverage, not high. So let's see with the brush. I'm using the Ultimate Buffing brush from Real Techniques. This was a winter collection. As you probably know from my videos on the foundation, I like not to do circular motions because it's going to emphasize the hair, facial hairs. So I just press the product into the skin and buff it with the vertical motions. So we need a little bit more for the chin and for the forehead. So I'm gonna dab a little bit here too, and a little bit here. Here I don't have any facial hair, so I can actually apply circular motions to blend the foundation into my skin. Let's go down. So one thing that I want to say in the meantime that I'm applying my foundation is that with the buffing brush actually you have more coverage. I have a pimple right here and it's gone. I have few dark spots here, they looks gone, but it's not the kind of I don't think that I don't have the feeling that I have the foundation, because you can feel it. So once I blend it out, I'm gonna use this sponge, and I think this is from Eco Tools, and I'm gonna remove the excess. From the skin. I don't care that these steps remove some coverage from the foundation, but I prefer to have a more natural look. Okay, so for my under eye concealer today, I'm gonna use the Juvia in the color. This is the Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer, creaseless, soft matte, and hyaluronic acid in the color Wheat. And I want to see how the concealer is gonna blend on top of the foundation. I'm gonna put some on my lid as an eye primer, and I'm gonna blend it out with this brush that is my favorite one. Is a concealer brush, concealer buffer from Just South. You can find this brand on Amazon. Those are really cheap, well, not cheap, affordable brushes that perform so well. So I really recommend them. So I do the same with the same that I've done with the foundation. I'm gonna blend the concealer with this brush, and then remove the excess with the sponge. Just be careful to blend the edges into the skin, just to blend it out seamlessly with the foundation as well. So let's go back to the sponge. The sponge has this cut right here, so we can use this one to remove the excess of the product.
In my life, just for once I realized the ship I sailed was only built for one. I ask you to try when I ask you not to.
So the first step for this try-on is to set my face, and I'm gonna use the AOA Studio Perfect Finishing Press Powder in the color 150 Translucent. I'm gonna use oops, I think I broke something. Whatever. So I'm gonna use a brush, big brush. This is from this big powder brush. This is from AOA Studio. It's the F20. These brushes are cheap too, well, affordable too, and they are really good. So I'm gonna press the powder on top of the foundation. As you can see, I use these motions because I want to keep my foundation in place. I don't want to move anything. So these motions allow me to actually get into the skin and perfectly set the foundation that is already sinking into my skin.
It's just a bad kind of season. There's no rhyme or reason.
And I go on my eyes too. Look up. Be sure that you don't have any creasing in your under eye or in your eyelid, because when you set with the powder, if you have some creasing, you're gonna set the creasing. So if you have some creasing, I didn't have, but if you do, just go back, blend the product in the crease, and then proceed with the powder on top. So next step, I want to see how it performs when we blend other products on top, like for example the highlighter and the bronzer. For today I'm gonna use my favorite bronzer that I know that performs so well, and this is the Muru Muru Butter Bronzer in the color Deep Bronzer. I'm gonna use this brush. I don't have any clue about it's just a powder brush, and it's from Sensi Professional. I got that like a long time ago when I was living in Saudi Arabia, so I'm sorry if I cannot actually tell you more. So I find that products on top of this foundation actually blend pretty easily and pretty well. They are not patchy, splashy. So as regard the blendability of products, I find it really good. I want to bronze a little bit because I think that this color was a little bit off right now because I'm a bit tan, so I want to give some tan back to my skin. So this video is gonna be a wearing test as well, so I'm gonna update you on the performances of this foundation during the day or in the end of the day. So today is a one day, so it's good to test the lasting power of this foundation and how it performs during the day. I'm gonna use the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter and a small brush like. I'm gonna apply here and here. I'm gonna go back with it under the my eyebrows, but once the eyebrows are done. Tip of my nose and keep it low, and a little bit here. So my face now is back to its three-dimensionality. So I will leave you here. I'm gonna go back to you in the end of the day, or if I have some updates during the day. I want to just show you closer my skin, how it looks like. With the foundation, and talk to you later. Hello everybody and welcome back. This is the end of the day of my wearing test and review about the Juvia's Place foundation. So let's check together. Actually, I can tell you that This time it looks pretty good. It's been on since this morning at 8:30 and now is 5:30. So it's pretty good. Everything hold pretty good right here. The only part of the face where I see I'm a little bit concerned is close to my mouth and in the smile lines, but nothing major. So I think that these foundation actually perform the best using a buffing brush, removing the excess product with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, and then you have to set it. Last time that I set it just slightly, in the end of the day, essentially moved everywhere. It disappeared. It looked really bad in this region right here, close to my eyebrows. But this time that I was really careful applying my my powder on top, I can say that it's pretty dang good. I would still say that it's not full coverage. I didn't try to layer it, only because it's not, to me it looks like not an everyday foundation. It can be cakey, so I didn't want to actually have this feeling on my face. I have to say that you feel it on your face, so it's not that kind of foundation that you put it on and you forget about it. But I can see myself using it in a special occasion because it lasts really good on me. And yeah, I think and I hope that you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm really happy about that. When I first tried it only with sponge and without setting properly, I honestly thought that I hate it and that I want to return it to Ulta. I think that I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna use it for special occasions. I'm really happy because essentially here blurred my pores. The actual concealer hold on like pretty damn good. So yeah, I would recommend it, not as a foundation for every day, because as I said before, you can feel it. I would not say that it is a velvety matte foundation. On my skin, that is a combination skin, it made me look oily the first time that I didn't set it. So usually the velvet matte foundation, you don't feel the need to set it. In this case, I still feel the need to set it to avoid to go everywhere. As I mentioned when I was applying it, it does transfer, but as you can see probably in my finger, but it doesn't leave any strikes, any patches and stuff like that. So if you want to use it, I really recommend to you to set it properly. Is it one foundation that I'm dying for? No. For different reasons. I prefer to have a lighter foundation and then I spot conceal with the full coverage concealer or full coverage foundation just on the dark spots that I have, because I don't like the feeling of having heavy foundation on my face. The price, if I remember fine, is more or less $20, so it's okay. It's I think it's a medium price. It's not cheap. It's not expensive either. Um, there are actually options that I prefer to this one, but if you are really into this kind of foundation, just medium high coverage foundation that blurs your pores, and for special occasions I recommend it to you. So I hope that this review and this wearing test has been useful for you. Leave me in the comment section below some comments, some questions if you have any. Please hit the subscribe button and leave a like if you liked it. It's gonna help my channel, and see you next time.